So the course which we are going to discuss about the automation testing using QTP or EFT. So what is that? QTP stands for Quick Test Professional, whereas EFT stands for Unified Functional Testing. So which is name is understandable? EFT is understandable or QTP is understandable? EFT. This is one of the reasons why they changed the name from the QTP to EFT, Unified Functional Testing. Name saying that which is used for the functionality testing purpose. Which is used for the functionality testing purpose. Now, who developed this one QTP? Mercury Interactive Corporation. Earlier, Mercury Interactive Corporation developed WinRunner, QTP, LoadRunner, Test Director. Now, those are taken by the HP. Now, HP tools we are going to call. In this course, first we are going to see some introduction to the automation testing before going to talk about the QTP. So, how we can define software testing in general? How we can say what is software testing? General software testing. I'm not asking about automation. As per so, software testing is an activity which we are going to perform in order to confirm application is working as per the client requirements or not. So technically we can say that it is a combination of verification and validation. Software testing is a combination of verification and validation. When I go for software testing, how it is going to be helpful means software testing, it will help to identify defects. When those are resolved, then software quality improves. Who is going to solve the defects? Tester, developer. Developer is going to solve the defects, but you are the responsible. During testing, we need to identify the defects. Those has to be resolved so that quality is going to improve, so where customers will satisfy with our product. Now, this type of software testing, we have the two methods. Software testing methods. What are the software testing methods we have is in general organization point of view. They follow two types of approaches. One is comes under manual testing. The other one is comes under automation testing. So one is manual testing approach. The other one is automation testing approach. Now, how do you define manual testing? How do you say manual testing means? How do you define it? What is manual testing means? Okay. So you are all doing manual testing. No? That's what I'm asking. What is manual? How do you define it? So working is different, presentation is different. So without using any automation tool, testing engine directly interact with the application to verify the actual behavior while performing operations. Without using any automation tool, testing engine directly interact with the application to verify the actual behavior while performing the operations. That means here maybe I have the application like this. I have the AUT. So when a test engineer, without using any automation tool, directly is going to operate the application. He will verify the behavior. Based on that, he is going to give the status, whether it is pass or fail. So this is comes under manual testing. So here The test engineer is not going to use any automation tool or any other software. Directly is going to interact with the application. So while performing operation, you'll see how it responding. Our expectations are matching or not. Based on that, is going to provide the status of the test. This comes under manual testing. But whenever you want to do the manual testing, the testing is going to derive some test cases which are used to validate. Test cases is going to use in order to validate the application. So what is test case? What is meaning of test case? What is there in the test case? So test case describing that how to test the particular transaction or functionality or requirement in application, whereas in terms of steps, set of steps or sequence of steps with the user actions and subsequent response from the system, we are going to describe. Who is the author for the test cases? Who is going to prepare test cases? Testing is going to prepare the test cases. So in which language test cases are prepared? Human understandable language. So our understandable language, we are going to derive the test cases. Now the question is, test engineer is deriving the test cases to explain how to test the functionalities. Now tester already knows that how to test the functionalities, then only it's the test cases. My question is, if we know the how to test the application, directly you can go for the test the application. What is the need of these test cases? If I know the procedure, I can go for the test cases direct. Without writing test, I can go for the execution. Then what is the intention to prepare test cases? Why we have to spend 2 to 3 months of time to develop the test cases? Why? Hmm. Hmm. Test cases are not mandatory for the automation testing. The functionality has to seen by requirement documents. So test cases is not mandatory for the automation. Their advantage, it doesn't have not a matter. We can go for the direct automation we can do. Test cases are proof of our execution activities. You don't have the test cases, I said that I tested my application. Then definitely one or two defects client can identify. He may ask that, are you tested my application? What is the proof for that? If you don't have the test cases, then difficult handle. As there is a test cases not only explaining the test execution, those are proof of our execution activities. Proof for our execution activities. That's the reason we are going to do. That's the reason during the class I will ask the students to take the notes also. Because you're not taking the note, this point is covered or not, they're going to ask us. So if you have the notes, this is the proof. Same with test case. Understanding concept is okay. Why notes has to be taken? Notes you take for future reference purpose and proof of topics which are covered. Okay. Same way it is. This is what the manual testing. Without using any automation tool, testing engineer directly interact with application to verify actual behavior while performing operation. Not for this class, regular batch. Weekend batch, we don't have that much time to take the complete notes. I will give the notes. 1 or 2 points you take in quick. Okay. Now, what are the advantages we have when I go for the manual testing? Do you find any advantage? What are the advantages? What is user interface advantage relation? Okay, during using manual test, suppose in the market, 60% of projects where we are doing a manual testing only 40% of projects we prefer automation testing. So, what are the advantages if I go for the manual testing? Hmm. Why? What is the advantage? Why we have to go for manual testing? When we perform manual testing, you are saying, okay, my question is not that one. I'm not asking what do you go for manual testing. So what are the advantages of the manual testing, I'm asking? By thinking beyond that, we can develop the test automation script also. Mm. So when I go for the manual test, the major advantage is it is simple and easy to perform for the small projects. Why 60% of projects they're doing manual testing? Why can't they go for automation? Those also stable is there, but we're not going to prefer the automation testing. Reason, so manual testing is simple, easy to perform, less cost takes when I go for the small projects compared to the big projects. Okay? And are easy, no enough any programming, no enough any technical knowledge. You can able to test it. That's the advantage. But what will be the disadvantage when I go for the manual testing? What are the disadvantages are there when I go for manual testing? Time consuming, more time it's going to take when I go for the big projects testing. Suppose if I want to find number of links available in a redditmail.com, you may have the hundreds of links. If I want to count number of links availability, definitely I can take more than 1 hour or 2 hours of time to count the number of links in a page. But still I have some little bit doubt on that. Will I find all the links correctly or not? So lack of reliability when I go for manual. Or maybe I can have the confidence, but maybe I a little bit tired. So I may not go into the 100% efforts. Inconsistency. So the things are comes under manual testing. When I go for manual testing, the first thing here, so time consuming, there is a disadvantage. So lack of reliability, possibility of the human mistakes. Third one is inconsistency. Always giving the 100% efforts is not possible when same task again and again we are performing. So the disadvantages are there. So that is what the manual testing about. So coming to the automation testing. So what is this automation testing? So I can say like this, any task or activity performed with help of tool. Try to understand this concept, this point. Any task or activity performed with help of tool or programs is called automation. Is called automation. Now example, my task is like this. Multiplication of 5 with 9. My task is multiplication of 5 with 9 is there. So case 1, I am saying that, so it is 45. In case 2, what I will do here, I will going to use the calculator. I will going to perform the operation. I am going to say that by seeing the value here, it is 45. So now, which is case 1, case 2 when you compare, which is comes under manual, which is comes under automation here. Case 1, case 2 is there. Which is comes under manual, which is comes under automation. Both are manual or both are automation. First one is, it is manual. Okay. What about second one? Second one, either one, manual automation. That is only answer I am expecting. Manual automation. Is it manual or automation? So why you are getting doubt here? The reason I operated calculator, where you have a doubt on that. We operate a calculator, whether it is manual or automation. Operating calculator is not the task here. The task is multiplication of the values. which task you are doing, how is performed. So without giving the inputs, calculator will not give the output to you. So giving inputs is not the task. Who did multiplication of the values? Who did it is calculator. So it is comes under automation. The task which you are doing. That's one of the reason during course also. So automation testing means we need to develop the automation script by writing manual only. So that means that is manual testing? No. Developing automation manual only have to do. But when you run the programs, your tool is going to test your application, give the status state. That is comes under automation. That is automate which activity? Task here. That's what task specifically I said that. If I ask you operating calculator manual, but my task is multiplication of the values. Who did multiplication? Tool is done. That's the automation. Same way, testing also. Now what I will do here, this is the case. So I have the application like this. AUT is there. Facebook. So test engineer is there. This test engineer what is going to do here, directly is not going to interact with the application. He will go and write some program first. Some program is going to write. In that program, we have to give the instruction in that program, which value to be entered in the email, which value to be entered in the password. After enter the email and password, which object has to perform the operation, login. So we are going to give. After that, we are going to write that verify page title is matching or not. After click on log. This is the program we are going to write here. Further, we are going to take some editor. Help we are going to take. So after writing the program here, you run this program, execute this program, run it. Then your program is going to interact with the application. Your program is going to interact with the application, enter the email, enter the password, click on login. They're going to check that how application behaves. Based on that, your program is going to give the status to you in terms of pass or fail. So what we are doing here, instead of doing manually, those activities were automated. So automating human activities. Automating human activities in order to validate the application is called automation testing. Which activities? Writing test cases? That is not the task. Execution time, what we are going to do. Test cases, execution time, what we are going to do. That activity we are going to automate. That is comes under automation testing. So we can say like this. Automation testing means automating human activities. Which activities? That is test execution. In order to validate application is called automation testing. Is called automation testing. Automating human activities, the test execution in order to validate application is called automation testing. Now, what are the different possibilities are there to do the automation testing? Simple logic is like this. The different possibilities to get the multiplication of these values. I can use ready-made tool here, calculator is a one tool to do the multiplication. Or if I have the programmer, developer, I can write some program here. C or Java or Visual Basic. I can write some program to read some inputs to do the multiplication. That is also possibility is there. Using some programming or scripting languages or using some tools, we can go for the multiplication activity. Same way, testing also, automation testing also can be performed using programming languages like C# they can use, or scripting language, parallel script they can use, or they can use any one of the automation tool like QTP, Selenium, Windrunner, Test Complete, so Silk, Rational Robot, so QRun, like this various tools are available in the market for functionality testing purpose. But more job demand is there for the QTP and Selenium. The third tool means Test Complete is there. Not two. So first one is these two are there, like share market it is up and down. QTP, Selenium both are there. The third priority is test complete is there in present scenario, job market point of view. So QTP advantage less competition in the interviews point of view, whereas Selenium more competition interview point of view. Learning point of view, whatever scripting language you are going to use in QTP, that is much user friendly than Java, which are going to use in Selenium. So learning point of view also, QTP is going to be easy to work also. Okay. But Selenium is not like that. The advantage of Selenium, free tool, whereas QTP is licensed automation tool. There's a reason why we have the more demand for the Selenium also. Selenium also I'm saying. Only Selenium I'm not saying. So QTP is there, Selenium also is there. But in the Amirpet market, they misguided the students to only go for Selenium instead of going to the QTP. Okay. So actually both tools have the more demand and less competition are going to find for the QTP. And easy to automate the project when you have the QTP such a licensed automation tool compared to the open source tool. Okay. Okay, but whenever we go for automation testing, what we have to do here, for automation testing, we need to develop the automation test scripts. Automation testing purpose, we need to develop the automation test scripts. If you are using QTP, we have to go for the VB script we are going to use. Only one, suppose. Whereas Selenium, various scripting language going to support. Okay. Java, .NET, C Sharp, Perl, Ruby, Python, like this. But Selenium also, most of the companies are going to prefer first priority Java, then second priority Ruby they are giving. Okay. C Sharp, one or two. Ruby, second priority is Ruby is there. Like this. What are the advantages we have when I go for the automation testing? Advantages, you are saying scenarios. I'm asking the advantage. So disadvantages which are there in the manual testing, those we can overcome when I go for the automation testing. One is fast in execution, more reliability, consistency. Not only that, the fourth one, reusability of the script. That's what reliability means. That is come. The human mistakes are going to reduce here. Okay. So fourth one is reusability. Fifth one is repeatability. Reusability and repeatability. What is the difference? Both are same. Reusability, repeatability. Yeah. Same topic if I explain tomorrow for us means repeatability. Same notes I am going to use for the other batch means reusability. Same notes I am going to use for the other batch means reusability. Same topic I am explaining to you again tomorrow also means that is comes under repeatability. Same way, reusability means whatever script I develop, the script when I am going to use on different versions of the application, that is reusability. So reusability possibility. The repeatability, there are some scenarios where I need to test multiple times by giving different values. So I can execute my script 100 times, 1000 times based on the requirement. Repeatability, reusability, repeatability. Okay. Then what are the disadvantages are there when I go for the automation testing? Automation tools are expensive. Automation tools are expensive. Then skilled automation testers are required. Automation tools are expensive, first point I said. So let me explain it. Selenium is a free tool. Now where it is expensive? It is saying that about the licensed automation tools. The point is applicable for the licensed automation tools like Qtp. So what about open source tool? If I go for Selenium, is a free tool. No? Yes, it is a free tool, but skilled automation testers are required because it is not a one-time setup like Qtp. So every day you need to download, we have to configure to the Selenium based on the scenario in the market. Any updations are came, some jar files are going to be given to you. You have to download, we have to configure it. So some skill set is required for installation process also, for Selenium. For QTP is not like that. The third one is we can't automate the every technology application to do the automation testing. A limitation. So we can't automate everything. Like if I have the capture text, if I want to read, when I'm going to do the user registration, I'm going to get the capture text. I want to read it. So I can't do that one using any automation tool or any scripting language. It's not possible. So manual interaction is mandatory. Okay. So the limitations. Don't think that everything I can do the automation testing. It is not possible in the present scenario. Okay. So these are the disadvantages are there when I go for the automation testing. Now, some of the major activities during manual testing. What are the major activities we have during manual testing? So generally, first we have to go for the identify test scenarios. After review on requirement documents, we need to identify the test scenarios. Once test scenarios are identified, what next we have to do here? Based on the test scenarios, we need to prepare the test cases. Prepare test cases. Once test cases are prepared along with the test data, we have to go for the review on the test cases in order to check all the requirements are covered or not with written test cases. In the process, one document we are going to prepare, do the reviews on test cases. So how we can know that all the requirements are covered or not with written test cases? Requirements traceability matrix we are going to use. After that, we go for the execution of test cases. So execution of test cases. We start the execution. So at the time of execution, you may identify some deviation between expected to actual results, a possibility. Then we have to go for defect reporting. We are going to send the defects to developers. So make sure those defects has to be resolved by the developers, getting it fixed. These are the major activities which we do during manual testing. Coming to the automation testing. So what we do? Some of the major activities during automation testing. Some of the major activities during automation testing. First thing, identify automation test scenarios. We need to identify the automation test scenarios. Which scenarios we need to go for the automation testing. After identifying the automation test scenarios, we need to go for the developing automation scripts based on the test scenarios. Whatever tool you are going to use, using the tool you have to develop the automation test scripts. Identify automation test scenarios, then develop the automation test scripts. Okay. After developing automation test script, then we can go for the execution of scripts. Run the scripts. When you run the scripts, so tool is going to provide the result. As an automation test engineer, analyze test result. We should analyze the result. By analyzing the result, we need to go for the defect reporting, getting it fixed. These are the major activities which we have during manual test, automation testing and manual testing. So when I go for the manual testing, those are the activities. If I go for automation testing, those are the activities. Now the question is can be asked like this. If I am going to the which class? QTP. QTP we can. Now if I go for the manual testing automation, the question can be if I am going to the automation testing, do you think testings are required for a project? If automation testing they want to do you think automation testings are required or not for a project? If I'm doing automation testing, I want to go for automation testing. Can I avoid human resource? Can I avoid human resource? No. Why? Or what? So here, test engineers are required. So to identify the scenarios, to develop the automation test script, analyze the test result, defect reporting, getting it. Only execution time, test engineer's presence is not required. Execution time of the test scripts. Remaining all the activities we need to perform. When I'm going to the automation testing, we can't avoid human resource, but we can reduce human resource. We can reduce instead of 20 test engineers, I can able to manage it 3 test engineers when I go for the automation testing. Okay. So now where it is tool is going to be used here, execution of scripts. Now you observe that that's what we said about automation testing when I said here automating human activity, which activities? Execution part. Execution part one we are automating, that is comes under automation testing. Okay. Developing automation scripts we have to do it, is your responsibility. Okay. So only execution your tool is going to perform. From again here, when I go for manual testing, I said that identify test scenarios. Here I said that identify automation test scenarios. That means here all the scenarios, so you can go for manual testing, but we are not going to prefer for automation testing. Some scenarios only where we are going to prefer for the automation testing. Which scenarios we are going to prefer for automation testing? Which scenarios are not preferred for the automation testing? So scenarios which are preferred for automation testing. So generally, which is the selection criteria, how it is going to be. Scenarios which are preferred for automation testing means, in general, scenarios which are more repeatable and complex to perform manually. More repeatable and complex to perform manually. Those type of scenarios they are going to prefer for the automation testing. Okay. So, which scenarios are more repeatable generally? You said that regression test scenarios. So whenever modification performed again and again we have to go for the testing. What is the purpose of regression testing? To find any impact or side effects on existing past functionalities with respect to modifications, we go for regression test. This type of regression testing we are going to perform in 2 scenarios. One is whenever bugs are resolved, we got modified a build, we go for the regression test. Same way, whenever new features are added based on the change request from the client, then also we have to go for the regression testing. So regression testing can be done partially or fully, depends on the modification. Okay. Next one, retesting activities. Retesting means what it is, retesting. So retesting means that what we discussed during manual testing. Whenever we are going to perform testing on modified build with intention to check bugs are resolved or not, that is comes under retesting, and there is another definition also for this. whenever we are going to validate the same functionality with a multiple set of values, that is also comes under retesting. When you talk about the automation testing, retesting, not bug resolver. Here retesting means when we are going to test the scenarios with a multiple set of values. I want to check 1000 records, can I go for the insert operation or not? So those type of scenarios we can go for the automation testing. That is the retesting means. Okay. So regression test scenarios, retesting scenarios. Okay. Now scenarios. So not only this one, other one is the build verification test scenarios. This type of scenarios also we can go for automation testing. What is that build verification test scenarios? Build verification test. What is the smoke test? So basic functionalities testing. Why we are going to perform? To check build is stable or not. So when we perform this type of testing, so when do you perform build verification test? Whenever build we got from developers, before going to perform any other testing activity, first we go for the this type of testing to check build is stable or not. In the process, we are going to validate the major functionalities by providing only valid inputs, valid data we are going to give. So if build is stable, then we can go for the further testing activities, or thorough testing, or detailed testing. There's a build verification test scenario. The scenarios which are not preferred, for automation testing. నేను అలా చేపెట్టుకుని నాకు నిద్ర వస్తుంది. Keeping hand like that, I'm getting sleep, not you. The scenarios which are not preferred for automation testing. Which scenarios? Which scenarios are not preferred for automation testing? Then the criteria is like this. The scenarios which are not repeatable and easy to perform manually, those type of scenarios are not preferred for the automation testing. What type of scenarios are not preferred for automation testing like that? User interface test scenarios. Look and feel of the application I want to check. Usability test scenarios, one-time testing activities, or informal testing activities. So this type of activities are preferred for manual only, not for the automation testing. So example here, user interface test scenarios. Then usability test scenarios. One-time testing activities. Informal testing activities. User interface means look and feel. Usability means user friendliness of the application. One-time testing activities means small projects. Small projects one time. If I go for big projects, more changes will be there, more testing activities are required. Informal testing activities. So if I want to go for automation testing, you should have the proper planning. If some projects you don't have the proper requirements, so exploratory testing like this, we can go for the manual testing only, not for the automation testing. Okay. So these are the scenarios are preferred for automation testing. These are the scenarios are preferred for the manual testing process. But thing is, do you have the both teams for project? Manual testing team as well as automation testing team. Both teams will be there for a project. So generally, one project there can be manual testing team as well as automation testing team. Whereas automation testing is an optional for some of the projects. Okay, both teams can work, but some of the projects only manual testing team are going to find. Okay, like this. Now, what we discussed so far here.
So this UA test scenarios, if it's a stable one, they won't use it.
User?
UA test scenarios, if it's a stable one, say my UA is stable, because I want to check something on the UA, and I use the automation.
Saying that yes, we can go. That build is stable. You can go for automation testing. What I am saying that this UA test scenarios, I am saying not the step functionalities. So you want to check the look and feel of the application, prefer manual instead of going to the automation. Most of the cases, look and feel like alignment of the controls, font size, font style. These things we never go into the automation testing, manual testing only I want to use. Right? That's a user interface test scenario. Build is stable, then only we have to prefer automation testing. Otherwise, we are not going to prefer. Those type of things are not possible to do the automation testing. Suppose if I go for trading accounts, colors are changes. We can't go for automation testing, those scenarios. We have to go for manual testing only for that. Hmm. So capture text is not possible, but so one-time password is that different thing. Text is there means you can read it. In a box you have text is you can read, but capture text is not possible. One-time password is not capture text. User registration forms, login transaction forms, we are going to get the capture text. Text in image. That is not possible to do the automation test. Now, coming to the QTP. What is this QTP? What purpose we can use QTP? Okay. Let us see some points here. So QTP up to 11.0 we have the name as QTP. After that name is changed as EFT, Unified Functional Testing version 11.5. So it is a product of HP. Earlier it is a product of Mercury Interactive Corporation taken over by the HP. It is a functionality and regression testing tool. What purpose we can use QTP is for functionality testing purpose. Okay. It,
We have a version 14, right? Why still we use this QTP for any specific reason?
version?
QTP is the old version, but still we keep that reference, right? QTP.
There is more popularity came for the tool from QTP. There's a QTP is a popular terminology. That's the reason we go for QTP. Okay. If somebody say EFT means maybe most of the students may not have the awareness of the EFT. What is that? Maybe new to that. QTP slash EFT we are going to see, so that users can easy to understand it. Okay. And also EFT is not that much stable, which you have the trial versions. License one, okay. Trial versions, a lot of problems are there. That's the reason teaching point of view also QTP are going to prefer. So practicing also I am going to say that go for QTP, not the EFT, because it is unstable, which are trial versions, lot of problems with the browser compatibility. That's the reason once they release 11.5, after a lot of versions they release it quickly because of the instability of the EFT. Some keywords are not working there when I go for the EFT trial versions.
Which version we use?
So in the classroom I have the QTP 11.0, 10.0 I think. So I will tell you what are the difference of the latest version to this version also end of the class. Okay. It is a product of HP. It is a functionality and regression testing tool. It works on Windows operating system only. This is one of the major limitations which I have. But now, when I go for the EFT, it is working on Mac also, with some limitation, not completely. Mac also, they tried for that. It supports the client server and web-based applications to automate. So the technologies can be Java, .NET, Visual Basic, ActiveX Controls, PHP, HTML, SAP, Delphi, Multimedia, Flex, Flash, mainframes, PeopleSoft, Oracle applications, XML files. These are the different technology applications we can automate. But majorly, it supports client server and web-based application, where Selenium supports only web-based application, browser automation tool, Selenium, whereas Qtip will support the Windows-based as well as web-based applications.
So for web-based, we need only HTML or have other technology Java.
That depends on the front end user interface, which technology it is. HTML is HTML as self-sufficient. Web add-ins we are going to call it is. Now, the front end user interface, which technology it is. According to that, add-ins are required for this. Now, support the different browsers like IE, default one, Firefox, Chrome, Safari. Those are now 12.0 supporting these browsers properly. Lower versions are not supporting. The core functionality is not changed QTP to EFT, but more technologies they are giving the add-ons to support. Mobile applications also they give a latest version of the EFT. Okay. QTP supports automation scripting languages VBScript. By default support VBScript only. What is the basic working principle of the QTP here means? That is record and playback. This is a record and playback tool. What is that record meaning? So what is the recording meaning here? If I have the application like this, my AUT is there. I have the name edit box here. An edit box. Now there is a QTP. There is one option they give, a record button they give. When you click on the record button, if you enter some name here like Smith, by default your tool is able to convert that operation to the automation script. That is called recording. Converting our actions or operations which we perform on AUT into the automation script is called recording. There is a converting our actions, our operations which we perform our AUT into the automation script is called recording. Now what is playback means? So whenever you run the script here, your tool is going to enter the value in that edit box. That is comes under playback we are going to call. That is comes under playback. Record and playback too. The basic working principle. So converts your operation to automation script, recording. When you run the script, when tool is performing the operation on your AUT, that is called playback we are going to call. Okay. Now that is a recording. Converting our actions or operations which we perform AUT into the automation script is called recording. The playback, when QTP perform operations on AUT during script execution, is called playback. Okay. We have the different versions of the QTP from QTP 5.0, 6.0, 7.0, 8.0. Before QTP in the market, we have the more popular tool is Windrunner automation tool. So whereas QTP introduced 5.0, but more popularity came for the QTP. So 8.2 version onwards, more stable, more popularity. Okay. Compared to the Windrunner, the automation testers and companies are adopting QTP from the 8.2 version onwards. Okay. So then up to here, 10.0, there is no issues, 11.0, no issues. But when it came into 2010, started problems for the QTP in terms of competition in the market, where Selenium came. Selenium is not a new tool. Selenium is there in the 1994 itself. But whatever version is there, Selenium 1.0 we are going to call, that is not that much stable one to do the automation testing for entire project. Lot of difficulties are there. That is Selenium RC we are going to call. After that, 2010, they given the other version, latest one, WebDriver. So when WebDriver came, it is almost taken all the concepts which are there for the QTP. Everything they implemented. ThoughtWorks team, who is working for the WebDriver. Okay. So they implemented a lot of features and they made little bit user friendly to install and to work on the Selenium. That's the reason that is giving the more competition and more technologies. Selenium software is developed as per the web application technologies in the present scenario in the market. So whatever technologies they are developing in the web applications, corresponding programs are providing the WebDriver quickly, Selenium WebDriver. So it is giving the more competition in the market so that QTP automation developers who are there, QTP, they thought that they have to go for the updating their software also to go for the more technologies to support, more browsers to support, more OS to support. In that process, they developed quickly and they released, they got the problems. It's 11.5 series. 11.5 series is failure version of the UFT because poor regression testing. They did some enhancements, but existing functionalities are not working in EFT. There's a problem. So after that they release again and again, what are versions? 11.50, within 2 months, another version they release in the market. Not beta version, that version they release in the market. So after that, 12.5. Now 12.52 is the latest one, which okay, like this. Now, what we are going to discuss in this course. So, we discuss about the introduction to the automation testing, then QTP IDE, the testing process, how it is going to be in QTP, generating basis script using recording modes, by writing script manually, how we can write the script manually also. Then object identification during runtime, which we are going to call test object model, learning process, that is auto learning, pre-learning, then object repository and operations in object repository, different operations like highlight an application, locate in repository, rename test objects using a regular expression, then object repository types, local object repository, shared object repository, working with shared object repository files, object identification, virtual object wizard, descriptive programming, VB script, web table methods, test object methods, synchronizing test execution, transaction points, parameter tester script. Different options we have, using random number, using environment variables, using data table, the data driven framework. After that, application programming interface, API concepts are there. Using scripting.file system object, how we can interact with the notepad. So using Excel application, using quick tested application, database connection. These are the VB script concepts. With the help of that, so we can interact with these applications. Then library functions using keyword driven framework, actions in QTP, modular framework, then test batch execution, recovery scenarios and exception handling, QTP to quality center, how we can upload the script into the quality center and how we can execute the script in our quality center. These are the things where we are going to discuss. Okay. And now we discussed about the introduction to the automation testing and what is QTP we discussed. Now how to work with the QTP, later we are going to discuss. Before going to work with the QTP, so we have to know that, so what are the components are there in the QTP, what is the use of those components, what type of work we can do in that components, and how the testing process we are going to perform in QTP, that we are going to discuss. Take 10 minutes to break, then continue my topic. Long way to go, up to 5 o'clock.